the show. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Hello. I love you. Oh, happy birthday. There you go. Listen, today's show, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for joining because guess what? This is an all-new chapter of our Let's Get Lit book club series. It's our 11th edition. So here's the deal. I'm so excited because over the years, we have shared with you chart-topping bestsellers, book talk must-reads, and Let's Get Lit has become the destination for authors people are talking about. So here's the deal. Today's show is bigger and better than ever because we have the hottest page-turning books, the titles that are trending, and a little very special something about me. Here we go. So, all right. But what I love about the show today is that all of our books have something in common. They're about big feelings, from confidence to love and even facing fear. So Tam Fam, let's get lit! Okay. Stop. Okay. It is officially pub day for my first ever children's book called Harlem Honey, The Adventures of a Curious Kid. I hope it becomes a staple in your home. Listen, this is us reading it. Book signing tonight in New York City at Books of Wonder. We sold out at Abyssinian Church, Baptist Church in New York. This weekend, I'm headed to Houston, New Orleans. And you can go to TamronHallShow.com for details. Okay, so here's the deal. Since I cannot interview myself, well, I could, but you know, I do love to talk. I can't interview myself about Harlem Honey. I love you. We got somebody to interview me to get to the heart of why this book hit my heart. Liz Tenety is an award-winning journalist, a mom of 5, including 4 boys and a little girl. She's the co-founder of Motherly, a well-being brand with over 1 million followers that aims to make motherhood easier by offering real solutions to real moms. She also hosts a hugely popular podcast. It's called the Motherly Podcast, a show that features honest conversations about motherhood with inspiring leaders who also happen to be moms. I was recently a guest on her show where we talked about the inspiration for Harlem Honey. Take a look.
For me, my son, which inspired my children's book, Harlem Honey, The Adventures of a Curious Kid, I never imagined that my son would inherit this shyness that I actually have. People don't realize that I am, I saw your expression.
What?
My friends call me a social loner.
So the book is from an authentic place in my heart, a lot of which I don't talk about, but Liz is great at getting the answers. Please bring out the person who's interviewing me on Pop Day, Liz Tenety. Come on out, Liz! So, well, you're interviewing me. Originally, they said, do you want to switch seats? And I was like, well, what I do? Go ahead. You go. Okay. I'm going to switch seats. Today. It's official. Have a sit down on your show.
Your show.
Okay, here we go. We talked about the spirit and the heart of this book. And you got me to open up in a way like as if you were Tamron Hall.
Oh, thank you. That's a compliment.
So, go for it.
Well, so during our podcast conversation, you mentioned that you never imagined you would have a son, Moses, who inherited your shyness. And you could see the shock on my face.
You were shocked.
Right?
We were on a Zoom, and she was like, what?
You're shy given this career? Really?
Well, that's the thing. You know, so the Tam Fam, you've been with me, by the way, we just got renewed 7 seasons. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of people don't know. My friends genuinely call me a social loner. And the story that came to mind for me that I hadn't shared, I remember being about 7 years old, and my mom was determined to get me out of this shyness because around my family members, my nickname was not necessarily, which meant I talked a whole lot, but we would go out into the world and I would change. My mom put me in a pageant. We actually have the picture of me.
Oh, there it is. Oh.
I know, that was a 3-piece suit before Hillary Clinton. so I'm in this pageant. And there were all of these people, and my mom kept going, come out on stage. And I don't think I moved. I might be still in that spot.
Wow.
Because I didn't move. I was so afraid. But again, around my cousins, I was running and playing. But outside the world, I was showing up frozen in a 3-piece suit.
Wow. That's really powerful. Did that experience help you be able to face your fears and kind of break out of your shell?
You know what, listen, my mom has encouraged me that anything that I put my mind to, I could do. But what they did do, thank you, shout out to my mom who's watching.
Shout out to Mom.
What my parents did do, they put me in a lot of activities. You know, my first big trip, my dad took me fishing in Corpus Christi, Texas. Like, they were very about letting me explore. So when I started to think about my own son, you know, I thought, well, how do I encourage him? So really, the reason that the book is based in Harlem, that was the home that he knew first. But in truth, our neighborhoods are the first place outside of our home that we get to explore. So, you know, Harlem was our place, but there's a Harlem everywhere, because you go from your home into the world before you go to school. You meet a neighbor, you walk out the door, and so that was the spirit of it.
I think one of the things I so appreciated about our conversations that we're both boy moms,
Yes.
you and I have 4
I have
sons.
the scars to prove it.
And you are so committed in this book and in your work
Yeah.
to spreading empowering messages about what it means to be a boy today.
Yes.
There was a recent story on NBC highlighting a growing gender gap in education, showing that boys are at least half a grade level behind their female peers in reading today. And nearly 1 million fewer young men are heading off to college compared to women. Why do you think we need empowering, positive messages about being a boy today?
You know, we talked about this, and I just took a deep breath like some of my guests when I ask a tough question. I was so conflicted about talking about this. I benefited from all of the great empowering messages about women. You know, I benefited from seeing Iola Johnson on the local news, and my dad said, you could do that if you get your grades up. I even benefited from seeing Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. You know, we benefited from seeing strong women. Now we are seeing data that shows while we were focused on girls, boys were left behind.
Wow.
And that's a hard thing, because I benefited from the strong women who set the stage for me. And so you see that data, and there are now schools around the country that are looking at curriculum and how they approach boys. And versus, you know, so there are some schools, there's one in Baltimore in particular that said, you know, the idea of having boys immediately come in and sit on a mat is different than they can learn in some cases.
That's right.
And so I wanted the protagonist in this book, not just to be inspired by my son, but to be a little boy who is shy, but is loving. He leads with kindness. He has a really great little friend, because, and that's our official kindergarten picture.
I love it.
But yeah, I wanted to explore that conversation that we can support girls and support boys.
Yes.
And that can sometimes be a tough conversation, but I'm always happy to have it.
Thank you for having it. Ebony Glenn was the illustrator of Harlem Honey, and she's worked on over 20 inspiring children's books. Ebony sent this message about bringing
she did?
the story of Harlem Honey to life.
Oh, now I'm one of those guests who gets to look in there? Let me look. Okay.
Ever since I was a little girl, I have loved to draw, and I have been fortunate enough to make it a living. Hi, I'm Ebony, and I am a children's book illustrator, and one of the books that I am so happy to illustrate was Harlem Honey. Just reading it can give you a little glimpse of the culture, the vibrancy, the energy, the magic that is Harlem. Moses was such a sweet and fun character to illustrate. He reminded me so much of my little brother and a little bit of myself. I know what it's like to be a new kid in a new place. You get to make new friends, and you begin to have new adventures. Working on Harlem Honey was such a great experience. I am so very, very grateful and fortunate to have an opportunity to illustrate it and bring it to life. Happy reading.
Thank you, Ebony. Oh my God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Liz.
Congratulations on your book launch, Tamron. And guess what, audience? You're all going home with your very own copy of Harlem Honey.
You're the first person that got a chance to do this on our show. You're all going home with a copy. Liz Mother of Women, Modern Mom Conversations, the Motherly Podcast. You can listen wherever you listen to podcasts. Harlem Honey, The Adventures of a Curious Kid. It's official. It's available wherever you get your books. Check out the tour dates. Let's Get Lit continues. We'll be right back. Thank you, Liz. You're going home with your copies.
Coming up, our Let's Get Lit book series continues. We're talking love with New York Times bestselling author Young Pueblo.
I was shocked to see that immediately they were helping me these skills, but they were also immediately supporting my relationship.
That's next.